Skin Cancer by Sueda Cetinkaya. Now, what is skin cancer? How can you get it? And what can you do to avoid it? First of all, skin cancer is probably the #1 common cancer in the world. Well, maybe not, but people tan and go to tanning beds during the summer, and it's really common. When they go constantly, they'll get skin cancer, and it can lead to some deadly melanomas and much more. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need to tan, but just don't do it every day and constantly. You can put on sunscreen and maybe tan a little bit, but too much will not be good for your body. Now, here are some types of skin cancers. There are melanomas, there are squamous cell carcinomas, basal cell carcinomas, amyloidotic melanomas, actinic keratosis, congenital nevus, and much more. I'll talk to you about all of these different types of skin cancers later on in the video. Now, the melanoma is the most dangerous and deadliest type of skin cancer. It is usually caused genetically, and it can be any colors like black, brown, pink, red, purple, blue, or white. It is also caused by UV exposure, and it can kill an estimated amount of 8,790 people in the US annually. Now, the American Cancer Society estimated that about 120,000 new cases of melanoma are diagnosed in a year in the US. It's known that females get less skin cancer than males, but the results can still change. And anyone who is more than 100 moles is at greater risk for melanoma. Now, the amyloidotic melanoma is the same type of melanoma, except it's a little different. It doesn't have dark pigment in it, and it's usually pink or peach colored, and so it's pigmentless. Now, the squamous cell carcinoma is seen in the outer layers of the skin, and it appears on sun-exposed areas like the nose, the lips, the neck, and the face. It's less often on genital areas, and sometimes it can start as actinic keratosis, which is usually called the baby squamous cell, the beginning of the larger squamous cell. They tend to grow and spread more than the basal cell, most likely to invade fatty tissues just beneath the skin, and they easily spread to lymph nodes or distinct part of the body, although it's still uncommon. The basal cell carcinoma is the most common type of skin cancer in humans. It can occur on the head, the neck, and other sun-exposed areas. It's very rare for it to spread to nearby lymph nodes, and if it's left untreated, it can spread to nearby areas and invade the bone or tissue underneath the skin. After treatment, the basal cell carcinoma can come back on the same spot. Now, people who had it can get more. But, of course, if you avoid sun exposure, you might not. They share features with cells in the lowest layer of the epidermis, called the basal cell layer. They grow very slowly, and it's known that as many as half of the people who are diagnosed with one basal cell cancer, that they will develop a new skin cancer within the next 5 years. Now, the congenital nevus is also another type of skin cancer, but it is more of a melanoma, but it's actually melanoma that is formed from a birthmark. So you might want to check on the birthmarks, because birthmarks can form into skin cancers, and this is called congenital nevus. So congenital nevus is a birthmark that is skin cancer. Now that's all about skin cancer and how to avoid it. Now I want to tell you about what Sunrise with Shade is hosting is the poster contest. It will happen this year in 2013 and probably next year and so on. It's based on skin cancer awareness and being sun smart. You can get more information on www.shadefoundation.org. And thank you for watching this video, and I hope you got some tips on skin cancer. And remember, be sun smart, and don't forget the skin cancer awareness.